Hi again then guys, and welcome to another Horizon 3 tune setup, in particular for straight line performance, but with a fair bit of handling thrown in there as well. And this particular tune is for a less obvious car, perhaps not one which you'd expect a tune setup for, but as you'll have seen from the title, one with a lot of straight line potential, the Jaguar XJ-S. This is a car which has some sleeper appeal. It's relatively cheap. It doesn't really look that impressive. Back in the day it did, but now it kind of looks, well, it looks its age. It looks dated. But on the game, it's a monster, especially with regard to top speed. Now, as far as the upgrades, some things are fairly obvious. As far as the visuals, as you can see, I've gone for a pretty bare bones kind of appearance to the car. Remove the bumpers, or the chrome bumpers at least. I've got it quite high and with kind of a chunky wheel approach, because I wanted it to look like kind of a stock racer, a stock car kind of thing, or an old Trans Am car, and with a hint of off-road look to it. But that's just my personal preference. Also kind of a simplified Mad Max appearance, at least to me. As far as the engine conversion, we've gone for, of course, the V12 with the twin turbo. I would recommend all-wheel drive, as always, but if you don't want that, of course, just don't fit it. You don't have to do the chrome bumper deletion, as I have. That's purely optional, and of course the rims are totally optional as well. As far as the rest, you know the drill. Just fit all the power upgrades, reduce the weight, all that obvious stuff. And as far as the tuning side of things, as you can see, the acceleration isn't overly strong. 2.9 to 60, 4.9-ish to 100. That's not bad, but it's not mind-blowing. The top speed, though, is fantastic. 271 miles per hour, and of course you could definitely get it to go even quicker with draft, and if you tweak the gears and setup even more, I have no doubt you could get even more speed out of it. And I would recommend everyone who uses my tunes to always try and make them even better than I have. Now, as far as the gearbox, we've gone for a final drive of 3.2, then individual gears of 2.89, 2, 1.5, 1.17, 0.94 and 0.78. As far as the alignment, neutral camber, neutral toe, but feel free to change those if you want to. 3 degrees of caster is what I've gone for with this car, to keep the handling fairly loose on the dirt in particular, but also so it's not too tail happy. Kind of best of both sort of thing. Anti-roll we've got on 33 and 20, springs on 237 and 194. As I said, I've gone for the highest ride height, but you don't have to. You could go for the lowest if you wanted to. I just personally think that this car looks good, jacked up. It's got kind of a British muscle car sort of look to it. As far as dampers, we've got those on 16, 13, 7 and 6. Aero, of course, doesn't apply. And finally for the diff, 100% on acceleration, 0 on deceleration. And for this particular car, a 75% split in favour of the rear. So if you want this tune exactly as it is straight on your car, you can, as with all, and I mean literally all of my Forza Horizon tunes are on my storefront. So you can find those using the keywords down in the description below. But whether you decide to do that, or if you do some variation of this tune, or copy it exactly even, either way, I hope you find it fun, and of course have a lot of fun racing it as well, and winning races with it, hopefully. But if you'd like to keep up with other tunes that we've already done and that will come out, of course you can subscribe down below, or check out the playlist at the end of this video. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.